Hello and welcome. I'm host Elizibar, and in space, no one can hear them scream. Except him. This was a Indiegogo. I backed it for that Canales art because I like eBay Canales. He's a hoot. He's kind of a weird guy, but he's a hoot, you know? He always entertains me when he posts or when his fangirl posts or whatever the case may be on Twitter that week, depending on who's banned, who's not. You know, because people are always getting banned on Twitter for no reason. Let's go to the best part of the book, which, I mean, the back cover was, I gotta admit, I really like that big logo, but that's not the best part of the book. The best part of the book is the inside back cover, where you can see my name right there. Oh, look at that. Elizibar. Yeah. Just, wow, I recognize a lot of these names. Funny how that works when you hang out with a bunch of people on Twitter, you start recognizing all their names. Anyway, let's get to the actual book, right? So, dude wakes up on a UFO, and the first couple pages are kind of a hoot. I like the way the aliens speak, and it's explained why they speak this way, but I think it's pretty funny. Well, ready when you are. All right, now for the fun part. Boots of steel, too. Might have to bust out the heavy machinery to pry him open. Ugh. Anyway, he totally wakes up. And, dude, the level of sheer hyperviolence on display in this book is just off the charts. Like, this is goofily gory. It's just you just human beings are not prepared for just the level of, yes, I squeezed his neck and his head exploded that's going on here. It's a hoot. The basic idea is a guy is kidnapped by aliens. There's some explanation. There's a really boring section in the middle of the book that kind of talks about why this guy was abducted and all that. And it doesn't really matter. He rampages across the ship, killing aliens left, right, center, front, back, every possible direction. The Canales art, while technically it may not be like the best art, it's certainly a lot better than the beginning of Iron Sights, which, while I liked Iron Sights, I also seem to be the only person that liked Iron Sights and liked the art in it. So your mileage will definitely vary here. But I enjoy the way this looks. When you have a completely trashy story, you need a completely trashy artist, and Canales is that artist. Please take that as a compliment because I mean it that way. That's like when I call Dan Abnett or Timothy Zahn or Michael Stackpole a hack. I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that in a loving way. They're giving people what they want. They're giving people, uh, their readers, the kind of stuff that they want to read. I think this art is totally appropriate for the tone of the story. You can see, man, chaos. Like, so much of this, the beginning of the book is spent with this dude just rampaging around. Now, it doesn't stay that way. We get to, eventually, like, there's some voices in his head, and he gets, yeah, here we go. I remember! He's fighting an alien that's a big hulking dude like him, which is kind of fun. I remember. Then we get all this exposition. So basically, the government took a bunch of agents, stuck them around at UFO abduction hotspots, and when they were there, they hoped that people would get abducted, and it worked. They abducted that dude. Why you would abduct Arnold Schwarzenegger's deformed twin brother, I'm not sure, but they did. And there's a lot of exposition that's not cool. Well, I guess not cool is not the right word. A lot of exposition that bored me. One thing that I thought was kind of nice, though, this bit right here. So he kidnaps one of the aliens. The alien is explaining, it makes him fly a UFO to the mothership, and he's explaining, you know, how their society works, how when they hit 30 or whatever, Logan's Run, uh, they just kill over and die. And he's getting ready to kill the alien, right? Simple, dude. We're afraid to die of unnatural causes, like getting shot in the face. But this, all natural. Puts the gun to his head. Please don't. And then he doesn't. That gives this maniacal killer agent this wonderful little touch of humanity. Like, that's That's compassion. He's just demonstrated he has compassion for these aliens that he just spent, the first half of the book massacring. Because this is right at the midpoint of the actual physical book. Although it's a little later than the halfway point of the comic because there's like an art gallery and stuff at the end of the book. Which was fun to flip through, by the way. I love it when Kickstarter books like dedicate a few pages to an art gallery of fan art and stuff. I think that's a great touch. He finds some other abductees. They come and save his bacon because he meets his match. Alien with crazy psychic powers, who also hates humans and uses his voice. But the other abductees save his bacon, and we go off to meet the alien queen, and things progress plot-wise from there, and I'm not going to spoil the story past this point. The conclusion was pretty satisfying. The hyperviolence running through the whole book was great. I really like Canales' art for this particular story. One thing that's really hard is finding the right artist to match the tone. And this is like a trash story. It's intentionally that way. I'm 99% sure that Michael Derrick. Oh, please tell me your first name is Michael. Please tell me I didn't just get your name wrong. Yes! Yes, I got it right! Yes! I'm pretty sure that Michael Derrick knew that when he wrote it, because that's kind of how the campaign advertisement, that kind of stuff went, was, hey, this is a trashy story that's like this cheap, pulpy junk, and it's awesome. And Canales' art goes great for that kind of story. His art here is so much better than it is in Iron Sights. And let me just see if I have Iron Sights where I can conveniently get to it, or if it's buried behind something here on my bookshelf. Okay, I don't want to have to move that big stack of magazines that I have in front of my books off my bookshelf to get it out. But the art here is so much more advanced. It's more technically skilled. The panel layouts are a lot more interesting. I mean, this sequence right here at the start, I think is great. The dude's coming out of, being totally out of it. And then look, they're all like, all right, let's do some science, guys. Let's do some science. And then cut away from his perspective to look all around. And they don't seem to quite realize what just happened. It's like, what? It's a good use of angles. It's a good use of technique. This has been fun colored, I think. It's been fun in color. But I kind of like the black and white look to it, too. Only other thing I want to say is there's like this weird dot in the printing right here. Like, that's not, I didn't do that. Just, it was like that when it came. And it's like the printer messed up or something. But, I had a great time reading the Abductables. It was fun. I gotta say that. Production values, like you can see from the way this logo looks here, like it's got this white outline that doesn't look good around all the letters here. I think it needed something else, and it'd be better if it was solid all the way around. It would have looked better. So there's like little production value things that really needed to get touched on with this book. But otherwise, man, it was a blast. Oh my gosh, I got a spine tick. This book has not been out of. I don't think it's been out of its bag until today, so I didn't do that. It just came that way. That stinks. That happens. And thanks to all these people for making the book happen for people that wanted it, like me. Funny how that works. And let's just, I was talking about the art gallery. Let's just have this little bit of, like, this is great, man. If you can get, like, your fans into something, even before it's made, it's awesome to honor them by including that. So the Abductables was fun. I don't remember what it cost me on Indiegogo, but I think I got my money's worth out of it because it was a hoot. I chuckled at the antics. I cringed at the antics. Like it was good. It was like watching I don't know, B movies probably too high of a grade. It was like watching like a really bad B movie. Like maybe not like a Z-list movie or something, but you know what I'm saying? Like this is the action movie that somebody thought about making when they were high on cocaine in the 80s, and then they realized they only had a $35 budget, and they bought more cocaine instead of trying to make a movie on a $35 budget. I'll see you all next time. I've talked enough about this book. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you next time, and bye-bye.